So, hello everybody, welcome back. I wanted to talk to you right now about the series of the zombie survival TV thing and the comparison that I'm doing with real life situations. And I'm trying to determine if that series that is made in Spain is good, and if it goes into kind of like the right order, so that I can try to pinpoint if that might actually be like an apocalypse thing, situation thing, or whatever. So anyway, it's part of the thing that I do about what movies get right or wrong and what series get right or wrong, so that these kind of myth situation can be, separated from reality thing, compared to my experience. Because of course, for some people, certain things will actually happen or be true, but for most people, would probably not. So anyway, before I continue, I wanted to remind you that down below is my email, in case that you want to help me out by sending an Amazon gift card. So thank you very much. I really appreciate that one. And here I go. So I am watching the season 2. I have no idea what happened on the season 1, but so the first thing that happens is that certain people called the corporation, because apparently the zombie survival game thing for the real life, it's about you trying to find a way to get away from the corporation. They don't say what corporation or whatever. They just say to try to get away from the corporation, and they are trying to figure out if their corporation is good or bad, and what are the good things and what are the bad things, or whatever. So apparently the first thing that happened in the 5 minutes, it's number one, they are chasing YouTubers and people from social media that are posting videos that are being discredited, but it's like a lot of resources from the corporation are being sent to deal with the problem with the YouTubers. And the YouTubers are keeping their words and saying that everything is right. So depending upon how many followers you have or something, you become a target. So they got this YouTuber, and they are trying to figure out what the hell to do with the YouTuber, because if they kill him, it's going to be a problem, because it's going to prove their point, kind of thing. And so what they want to do is, apparently they want to get the zombie virus to this YouTuber. So apparently that is like the first thing. He is supposed to be playing, this is a normal YouTuber that is supposed to be playing the role of a researcher YouTuber or something like that. So it was funny because they put 2 YouTubers at the same time together. So one of them is supposed to be an expert in survival techniques and guns and stuff like that, and the other one is supposed to be just kind of like a journalist trying to get to the truth on things. So they have both a kind of like a similar interest in the part that they are both, showing videos and stuff, but they have both very different and difficult settings, because they are not the same. And so they put both of them together in the same place. And it's funny because now they are both trapped and they don't know if they can trust each other. And then as soon as they decided that they wanted to trust each other, which is, by the way, something that might happen. I mean, if you ended up, being stuck in an elevator with some people and you don't know them, you might not trust them. And so it's kind of like that. And in a real situation, it will be kind of like that. You are in a group, and if you don't know them, you might not trust them. And this might be a problem because they need each other to escape, but they don't know if it's going to work out. So the first one, the journalist is helping the one that knows about guns. So he gets loose and then he leaves. And as soon as he leaves, of course, the journalist one is kind of cursing himself because he's saying he left me and now I'm still stuck and he's free, whatever. And he's afraid that he's not going to see anybody or whatever. But the guy comes back. So that might happen, that the person that you're helping gets out and you don't. And if you don't, then you're going to be stuck with the doubt about whether or not that person is going to come back for you. If they don't come back for you, you better have a plan B. And if they do come back for you, then you also better have a plan B. Because here is what happened. The guy came back, and as soon as he came back, he freed him. And he gave him a gun, and then he said, you are going to only slow me down, so I'm leaving you. So meaning the person will help you out. For example, like I said, you are stuck in an elevator, and then that person will get you out of the elevator. But once you are out of the elevator and, it's kind of like, okay, now we have no relationship and I don't need to be with you. Yeah, people are going to start leaving because there is no bond with these people. And if you don't have a bond with the person that is next to you, and that person thinks that they are going to be better if they are alone because they are trained and you're not, or you're going to be a bother. For example, a man is not very likely going to take a woman with them, okay? Or if you're pregnant, people are going to try to leave you. Some people will want to stay with you, and some people will leave you. If you're with kids, will be the same thing. In fact, they did several videos, mostly pranks and stuff, when they show zombies attacking people with couples with kids and stuff, and usually couples run away and they leave the kids. Really, and the kid is just freaking out, especially when they are toddlers, because not even the mother will take the child. I mean, it's kind of like that. So in a real life situation, that might happen. So you kind of want to be in physical fitness so that you can try to keep up with the group or whatever. But at the same time, if you slow down, you might be better. Because here's what happens. If the person that is very fit tries to leave before anything or whatever, they might get away. But since they are in the front line, meaning they don't know what the hell is happening and all of that, for all you know, they might be walking into traps. And for all you know, they might not get away with anything. Because there is always a second wave of attacks. In real life, there is always a second threat that you never know. So, for example, in real life, there was people that there was a suicide bombing in a church. Okay, so people who were physically fit, instead of helping out other people that were hurt in the church and stuff, they decided to leave. And as soon as they decided to leave, a second bomber just blew himself up in the entrance as soon as he saw the survivors. So you have to take your chances. If you think that you're going to make it outside, alone, running, with a group of strong people like you, then go ahead. But very, very, very likely in real life, you are going to face a second threat that you don't know about. And sometimes it's better to just try to help the ones that are injured, and it will also help because usually when something bad happens in a particular place, the likelihood of something bad happening in the same place is lower, for at least for a while. So you may want to stay there, but you need to decide what you want to do, and you need to know how are you going to react when other people are leaving you. Because here's the deal. If you kind of, let's say that, like I said, go back to the elevator case. You are out of the elevator and now you have no idea what to do. you're alone, and you're a woman, and you're freaked out. Because, that will be me. And the people around you are saying they're leaving, and you don't want to leave. And then they say, okay, we're running. And then you can't run. Either you're pregnant or you have kids or you just don't want to run or you're hurt or whatever. And then you know that you're not going to keep up. So you have to know when to let go of people and just let them be and not affect you. Because if somehow you think that they leaving you is going to affect your safety, meaning in your head, then you're screwed. So in real life, I think that these first 10 minutes of that series thing is very, very, very interesting. And so far is very, very, very accurate. In fact, the guy says, you're going to slow me down. And in fact, some people are going to be jerks and they are going to tell you, you are slowing me down, I'm leaving, And like I said, very likely they will face threats that you're not going to face. So, is it better to stay together? I do not know. Because it will depend upon, of course, the situation. It will depend upon who you are with. And it will depend upon how safe you are. If you are injured, then you definitely need someone to help you. And you are definitely going to slow down those people that are helping you. Now, is it good or bad or whatever? Then, like I said, you need to understand this process so that you can try not to panic. Because if you panic, you are going to make things worse. Now, saying that you don't panic is easy. Doing it? Oh, hell no. Doing it is another problem. But so far, this series, it's proven to be kind of accurate. You see, if something bad happens, like a zombie apocalypse or a virus apocalypse or whatever, the government, the corporation, whatever, they're going to try to cover it up. And if they try to cover it up, the first people that are going to be in the line are probably going to be YouTubers and people from social media and independent sources and stuff like that. And if they are very popular and they have a lot of followers and stuff, then it's going to get worse because, it's kind of like a do or don't and doom and do not and whatever is bad. So if you notice that your conspiracy theories are starting to get attacked, then it is a good sign that they are covering up something. They have uncovered something that the corporation or the government, whatever, wants them to bury and they can't. Now, what to do is you need to figure out what part of the information that they're giving up is truth and figure out how long you have until this happens. So, for example, some people might say, hey, there are people here, like I said, in Wuhan, where the first virus started. I mean, there were people saying, hey, something's up, and something's up. And then, as soon as you hear something's up or whatever, you have a window of time to figure out if you are staying in Wuhan or leaving. But there will be a point in which they can no longer contain it. And if they can't contain it anymore, and the information is out, or the problem is too big to contain, that place is going to become very likely a quarantine place or whatever, and then that place is going to probably be blown up if they can. Or you're going to be so into deep hell that is going to become a hell per se. So you want to try to follow people that are near your place, not just in another part of the world. For example, if like I said, if the guy that I'm following is in Wuhan, there is nothing I can do because I am in Venezuela. I am not in that place. But if I live in Wuhan and I follow this guy, oh hell, you know what I mean? And it will be like, you following me here in Venezuela and then me telling you that something like this will happen because of this, whatever. And I think it will happen, I don't know, let's say in New York because of this and that. And then, I tell you all these facts because I'm telling you from experience facts, and I quote numbers and stuff. And you're in New York, oh hell, you have a very few time, or a window that is very short for you to figure out what the hell are you going to do. And after that, you're done. Because if what I'm saying, there is a zombie apocalypse going to New York because of this, and that, and whatever, and then I have proof, and something like that happened here in Venezuela, and then I'm telling you that it's going to be in New York. You have a few, window. So sometimes it's good that you follow people from other places, and sometimes it's better to follow someone who is already there. Because let's say that, I have friends that are Venezuelans that are in New York, and then they are explaining the situation to New Yorkers. So New Yorkers already have someone who is in New York telling them what is going to happen. See, there is local people. And if you have a local people that you're following, oh hell, like I said, they want to be there. See, the thing is that about YouTubers and journalists and people like that, they want to be in the front lines. They are choosing to be in the front lines. When I am doing these videos on YouTube, I am kind of choosing to be in the front lines because I can get into troubles for saying things that might bother people that do not want to see the truth or whatever, or their truth is not the same as mine, and there will be opposition. So in a way, every time that you see someone who is willing to go a little step, out of the comfort zone, then you might want to give them a try if they are locals, because those are the people that are trying to teach you something, or are trying to tell you something, even if they're crazy. So all you need to do is back check. If whatever the hell they are saying rings a bell, double check with someone. And then if you double check with someone and it turns out that they may have a point, then now you know that you have a window. And this is your window. You either take it or leave it, And if you leave it, you need to be ready for whatever the hell is coming. And if you take it, you also need to be ready for whatever the hell is coming. Because it is coming, And then the second part, like I said, is, do you trust the people that you're with? If you're not trusting them for whatever reason, then you gotta figure out what to do, depending upon the level of you reading people. If you read the people around you and they are as nervous and scared as you are, then you might be able to work with them because they are as scared as you. And that will give you something in common. However, if they are just not in the same boat as you, they might leave you. And if they leave you, you better have a plan as to how to handle the rejection part. Because as soon as you feel rejected by them, because they are physically fit and you're not, you might feel abandoned and stuff. And if you feel abandoned and rejected and stuff, then you have an emotional baggage. And at that point, if you have an emotional baggage on top of you being scared, you are going to have double problems, because your body has to carry all your energy from the emotional baggage, and then it also have to carry the energy, of course, because you're scared, and then it will also carry the baggage of you probably being contaminated with whatever the hell you're thinking. So your body's not going to react. And not only that, but you're going to be screwed. So stop the bad thinking. Stop the emotional baggage, or deal with that immediately. Say something like, yes, I know that I'm not as fit as you, but that doesn't mean that I don't have chances. Just admit it. Admit it right away, because if you don't admit it, then you're carrying that with you. So you don't have to be the most physically fit. You just have to be the more capable of doing things. And in fact, that is the law of life. It is not the one that has the most strength or the smartest. Is the fittest. And the fittest It's just not necessarily the one that knows how to make the guns and the one that can run faster. You know, it might be the one who is smarter, or it might be the one who is, able to get help. And it might be just the one that is goddamn lucky. So, just admit it, deal with it, and then try to say something like, yes, I won't bother you, I don't know how to do this or how to do that, but can we come up with an arrangement? Can we do something like this? Or offer that person something that they might take into consideration so that they can be on a team. You have to figure out how to do that. I am very good at that, by the way, because that is like I said, I've said this in another videos. I used to be very shy about everything, and I don't talk to people, and I kind of hate being around people, and I always say the stupidest things to everything. But here's the deal: I am a very, very, very good icebreaker, and I have always been. I don't care how shy I am. If I see something that I like in someone, I just go and tell them. I like your hat. I like your shoes. I like something about you, and I don't care if I don't know this person. In parties, I have never had any trouble, because I just go to people. I don't care who they are. I don't care their names. I don't care if somebody doesn't talk to them because of whatever. I don't give a anything. If I like something about them, I just go ahead and tell them. And if somebody says something bad about me, which by the way, it has happened like 1,000 times about me, that is something that people tell me. People just go ahead and tell me, hey, you talk too much. And then I said, of course I talk too much. I'm a teacher. What the hell do you expect? Teachers always talk too much because they need to explain something in 25 different kind of ways so that people can get the freaking point. So what? Does that make me bad? No, it doesn't. It just makes me different. And if they can deal with that, well, that's fine. Because like I said, I always try to be alone. But that is me. That's my preference and that's my choice. And it took me a hell of a lot of time and a hell of a lot of therapies and a hell of a lot of pain to get here. So, I'm not going to try to abandon that. And in fact, I'm getting a little bit stronger, just like 0.000 something, 1% stronger every day. But hell, it is 0.00001 something more, strong and not weaker. And yes, it might be insignificant, but now I'm getting friends. And now I'm getting, better. And I truly think that every single person in this planet is getting 0.00001% better. Even if they don't know it. Because we're waking up. There are people that have never been asleep, which is awesome for them. Quite frankly, that must be very, very lonely for them. But anyway. Point being that, you need to learn how the hell to handle the emotional part. And then you need to figure out how the hell to handle the reading of the people. See, this guy helped him because they read each other and they understood that they were not part of the enemy. And they helped each other, by the way, horribly. Because they didn't know how the hell to help each other, but they did. And you may suck. Quite frankly, the guy that was an expert about how the hell to get out, he told him right away, you suck at this. How the hell can you do this that way? I mean, hell. So you might suck. You may be like, oh crap, I can't do this because I'm too strong, too weak, too tall, too short, too fat, too thin, too small, too big, whatever. Right down here, I am too the... But the point is that you are trying. And the point is that you can make it. And the point is that that should be enough. And then you have to trust that the other person will come through. Some people will not come through. Quite frankly, about half of the people will not come through. And in fact, if it has to do with money, I can assure you that 90% of people will not come through. But the other 10% will. So you gotta focus on the one that will. Because if you focus on the fact that nobody will go through, oh hell, then why the hell do you bother? You might as well just quit and die. But You don't quit and you don't die. You just roll with it, because somehow you are going to make it. Because somehow, when you're tested, somehow you always carry on. And those first minutes in which you doubt, you will be normal. You can't be like, oh my god, I'm doubting, oh my god, oh my god. No, 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 hell no. Doubting is part of the process, especially when you have never met the people that you're trying to help. Doubting yourself, oh hell, is going to happen. You're going to be like, oh, can I help this person, or can I do this, or can I, okay, crap. You're going to think you can't. Quite frankly, it's going to hit you. Like, oh my god, I can't do this stupid freaking thing. And it might be a stupid thing, and you just can't do it, either because you're too scared, you're too something, but you're going to do it. And you just have to figure out, how to try to roll with it. And for that, I think that you probably need to be emotionally balanced. So you need to think about emo logic, and after that, you might be able to do it.